Hey everyone, sorry I haven't been posting too many videos. Business has been picking up to where I've been steady running around just trying to get stuff done and continually falling behind on stuff. But I did want to shoot this video because I got a lot of emails asking about front motor mounts and how far apart to make the holes, what's the best way to do it. I don't know the best way to do it, but the way I do it is we'll just go right in here like this. Alright. Okay, we've got some 1-inch square, and then I just actually finished these holes in it, and I need to clean the bottom where the drill came out. But what you want to do when you make your front motor mount, you basically have to have your frame done up and know the distance between this rail and this rail. And once you have that accomplished, you can cut a piece of 1-inch that will be halfway in between the halfway mark of this tube and the halfway mark of this tube. That allows you enough room to square off the ends and be able to put your support on the side here, the support for your motor mount. Now, the hole placement is 3.75. Yeah, 3.75 across. And the easiest way, if you're not making a lot, what I end up doing is I have one that's already pre-made, and I put it in the mill and get the bit zeroed on the first hole, and then I just keep putting them in there and drilling these two holes in the same place of all the stock that I cut, and I'll show you that in a second. And then you want to get just some cardstock and lay it on here and draw out your curve and flat spot across the front, and then a curve or straight down. Doesn't, it's up to you what you want it to look like, and cut that out of 1/4 to 1/2 inch, and get that all cleaned up, and then you would set that on here. Once you've secured your motor mount, set that on there and tack it in, tack both sides in to the frame and to the motor mount, and then weld it up. So I'll try to get that on video too, but let me show you what I do on the mill. Okay, as you can see, I just finished drilling this one, and so I'm at 3.75 now with the drill bit here, and that's 0. So all I have to do is take this piece out, and that's done. And then I can't reach my air gun, so I'll just wipe off the metal. I'll take a blank piece, put it up in here. I'll take my support and I'll run it right to the edge of the jaws of this vise. Okay. And I'm just using a squaring block underneath it to keep it flat. Now, we'll just basically drill a hole. If you're doing 1 of these, 2 of these, 3 of these, a drill press is fine. You can mark your holes and punch them to where you get them exact. But like me, I'm making 20 of these right now, so to punch and mark each one of them would take a long time, and I could just move this over to 0, lock the bed, and it just takes maybe 2 minutes for each one. So want to make sure if you use a squaring block, you don't drill through onto it, because then you start messing up the squareness of it. Motor mount's done. Okay, so that's what it'll look like when it's done. You'll have just this 1x1 with 2 holes in it, 2 3/4 to the center of the tube to your first hole. There's a lot more information you need to do this, and that's going to be stuff like how high this motor mount is, because you don't want your motor hitting the rails, or not necessarily your motor, but your inner primary hitting this rail over here. So a lot of times if you're just building one frame and you have a motor and a primary, you can block the motor up in there with just the primary hook to it, and you can go ahead and bolt this to the motor, or get one of those plastic motors, which is a lot easier to manhandle around. But if you block the motor up in there, you can get what height you need and get it squared up and get in there. So it is possible to do without having a jig that's set up for it. But all the emails, people were asking what the distance from here to here was, and it's 2.75 or 3.75, right? 3.75. And I got that written down over here. Yeah, 3.275. So disregard what I just said. 3.275 from here to here. And then, yeah. So I hope this answers the questions, and easiest way to make the front motor mount. And when I cut the templates out, I'll show that real quick on the tail end of this video. Okay, so what I've done is I cut the templates for the sides, so the motor mount will hit here, and I'm going to cut it out of this steel. I've already cut some from the steel, so that angle is right for me to have the top, so I only have to make 2 cuts on this one, and then 3 cuts on this one, and I'll have 2 of them. Now I'm using a plasma cutter, but a bandsaw, you can turn the bandsaw while you're cutting slightly, and you can get these curves, or you can get close to them. Just cut along the line. If you get off the line a little bit, you can come back with a grinder and grind down to the line, or sanding wheel or something. And then, so you don't need a plasma cutter, but this is what I use to do it quickly. I don't usually do it right here, but I set it up here, so we're going to go here. One. Alright, and there they are. Cleaned up, and you knock the slag off, and then you just take and run it across the sander, and that's about it. You put it on the bike, and if anybody wants to see what it looks like on the bike after they're cleaned up and installed, let me know, and I'll shoot a quick video on that, because this video is kind of running a little long. So everyone take care, and have fun building.